Well, hello. What are you doing here? I'm sure I locked that door. I thought I had. How are you guys doing? It's the first month of the year. Did you reach all of your stitchy goals? Did you reach all of your life goals? How are those resolutions doing? Yeah, me too. But I did reach all my stitchy goals, so I'm kind of down with that. It was a very busy month. I have a ton of new starts to share. I was able to start 16 of the 23 charts that I wanted to stitch, but I only wanted to start 16 because the other ones are using fabric that I already have on the scroll frames. So I can't start those until some of the other ones are done. So it was a really good stitchy month. January is usually the month that I spend the most time trying to figure out how fast I'm going to be able to stitch what chart. And that then leads to being able to then plan for the rest of the year when I think things will get done and how fast I'll be able to do them. The number one question I get is, how do you know? I guess. I kind of have a feeling about a chart now that I look at and I'm like, yeah, I can get that done in a relative amount of time, or I can get that much of it done in a relative amount of time. But in general, I don't think about it till after I have the pile of charts in front of me and I go, ooh, maybe I should have looked at those a little closer, because I don't look very close. I just buy what I like and then I figure out how to get her done. I better hit the mute because you know what's going to happen. But so I did get 16 good starts on 16 charts and I am tickled with it. I'll start out with just a little bit of haul, like a tiny bit of haul, because I don't have much to buy this year. So it's okay. It's going to get me. Why? Leave my eyeball alone. I don't have much to buy this year, and I have a lot of fabric and that kind of stuff. I don't have any idea what I'm doing next year yet. Well, that's not true. I have a sort of an idea. So I really don't have a lot to buy this year. I know that takes the fun out of it, but my pocketbook appreciates it like you just cannot believe. So, especially since 2022 was expensive. But I did buy one thing for myself. I had asked on several posts, I noticed that other people had done the same thing, to get more information about these needles. I didn't email them, but I figured when you say that you're going to get back with us on information, I don't need to keep doing that. But anyways, whatever. But I finally just bought them off of Amazon, and I wanted to see what sizes they were, because on the description of these there isn't sizes. They just call them words. But I got this, and the reason I got it was more for embroidery than cross stitching, because I really, ouch, it bit me. See, don't talk bad about things. It comes around. It's called karma. Whatever. Anyways, this is what the inside looks like, and you can see the different needles, and we are having, winter is here. And so I have as much light on as that I can have on, but it's probably not going to be enough. So I'm sorry about the darkness. I have pictures and all kinds of stuff all over social media. So if you need a better picture, and I will pop them up here. But there's not, I don't have an overhead light. I just have the ring light, and it is. But anyways, what I wanted to know was the tapestry needles and the embroidery needles. I wanted to know what size they were, because the embroidery projects that I picked to do this year, I call for a 3 and a 9, I think, needle. And anyways, never got the information back on it. So I still don't know what size these are, But if you're looking for a needle that will fit 6 strands of floss, I would say the tapestry would definitely do it. Sewing, maybe. Embroidery, yes. Chunky, yes. Applique, no. But so if you wanted to, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, I'd say the cross-stitching ones, if you wanted to use the whole set for not what they're called for, the applique ones would work really well for cross-stitching. The sewing ones would work. The binding ones would work. I'm not sure about the tapestry, the chunky definitely, and maybe some of the embroidery. I do find it kind of interesting that there is no cross-stitching needles. I mean, I'm sure they're probably counting embroidery as cross-stitching, maybe tapestry. I don't know. All of the other thing I noticed is all of these have, all of these have sharp points, all of them. So if you're used to a cross-stitching needle that you can put through and not poke your finger and draw blood, none of these would work. They are all uber duper sharp. But yeah, so my point being is, if you would like more information about this, or maybe I can measure it somehow or whatever, show an up close of it, let me know and I will post pictures of it to answer any questions on that, because I know there was a lot of people asking about it and I didn't see any answers to anybody's. So there was a lot of we'll get back to yous, but not a lot of getting back to you. So I did buy these on Amazon. They are in my Amazon store, which is amazon.com/MousePotatoDesigns, I believe. It's linked down below. That is an affiliate link. I actually got 3 coffees last year. Okay, 2 coffees and the kiddo got a smoothie. So I thank you if you used my link. You don't have to. I try to leave as much information so you don't have to use my link. It does not cost you anything. I do not get rich on it. I don't make money off of anything. I'm stupid. But anyways, I did make enough I had teased last year that I was going to try to make enough off my Amazon to buy 3 cups of fancy coffee, and I did 2 coffees and a smoothie. So thank you if you used my link. You don't have to. You don't have to. I do have a referral link that sometimes pops up in my posts for Fat Quarter Shop. I'm not an affiliate. It's a referral link. You even have one. I've never had anybody use it. I don't know what that says about that. But it's there on a lot of my posts. And I do have a coupon code referral link for crossstitchingsupplies.com. That is also listed all over on my stuff. And again, I don't make any money. I make rewards points off of that. You get $5 if you've never shopped with her before. So you get a $5 coupon. She has free shipping at $30. And you get rewards every time you shop. So it basically, thank you for helping me get more floss. But that, I think that's it. And only because those were given to me. Amazon seems to think I'm an influencer. I'm an enabler, not an influencer. But anyway, so that's my haul. Now I do have, how do I count this? Probably a happy mail, gift, mail, holy crap mail, I don't know. Anyways, January was my giveaway month. I'm slouching. I'm sorry. Was my giveaway month for 2 PDF charts, which is actually going to be 3 because I decided to add another one, to Patini, Paula's Etsy store, for a PDF chart. I've spammed the internet with this giveaway. So I'm going to have one every month. I want to spotlight designers that, whether I've bought their charts or not, that they're a designer that's just getting into this, or they just don't have a lot of traffic. I don't think people know about them yet. So I want to, shout them out. I buy the charts and gift them to you. The designers do email them to you so that, copyright and all that. But anyways, I contacted Paula to do the giveaway, and she said, can I get your address? I just want to send you a couple things. And she was going to do this whole thing for this giveaway. And I said, well, if I hit 10,000 on Instagram, I'll hit you back up and we'll talk about it. And she goes, okay. And she says, but I still want to send you some things. And I'm like, all right. So I gave her my address because I like that. She's super nice. She's one of the first designer friend people that I met after getting into cross stitching. And if you don't know her yet, she's an absolute delight. She's so nice, answers any of your questions. She's very quick on her shipping and all of that kind of stuff. So if there's I hope my thing's not doing this. I don't know. I may have turned my lights off. Anyways, I really consider her a friend. I would like to think she does me too. And then after this, I'm kind of like, oh my God. But anyways, I'm not going to show you everything that she sent me, but I'm just going to show you the generic because I'm going to do a whole video on it to share what I got because you have to see all of the details in this. But let me move my coffee here because But all of this is in her Etsy store, link down below. And I am going to do a separate video, it'll probably be up the first week of February, on what she sent me so that you guys can see. She also has a whole bunch of new stuff coming for Needleworks Market, I think it's called. But I'll just, oh my God. She said she's gonna send me a few things, you guys. Have you all seen this one? I had neither. Yeah, I need that in my life. You know which is the first one I'm gonna stitch, right? Anyways, I want to share all of what I got, and there's no way I can do it in this video. But that's not all. That's not all, y'all. Wait till hold on, just wait for it. Okay, Paula also has an amazing polymer clay talent, of which I've tried polymer clay in the past, and I don't have that kind of skill because it takes patience and you have to foresee. It's kind of like I would assume making candy. I hope I'm not, am I in there? Hello. It's kind of like making candy. You have to take all the different colors of hard candy and you melt them together into a pattern and it turns into something. Well, that's what the polymer clay is like, and I don't have those kind of skills. But she sent me a couple of these. Oh no, wait. It's buttons and pins, and then there was a bag. Yes. There were tears involved, a little swearing. What was she thinking? There was a whole lot of squealing involved. Like, oh my gods were everywhere. And I cannot wait to use this stuff. But that's not even the best part as far as I'm concerned. A lot of this stuff I get to share with you guys. So basically she told me there was no stipulations on it. Total gift. Adorable little card. She said, do what you want with them. Hope you enjoy it. This made me very happy. Thank you. I mean, I was a flutter. But I asked her if it would be okay, and I fully intend on sharing a good portion of this with you guys over the next year or so, and I cannot wait to show you all of what she's got, and then you'll be able to check it out for yourself. But yeah, I hope to give away quite a bit of this to you guys so that you can enjoy it too. And I will be giving, I'm probably going to try to match it with a either a PDF version of the chart so international can get it also, or if it's a set of pins and buttons, I'm going to try to match that with a gift card or something like that. Don't hold me to that. They're really expensive and they're just gorgeous, but they are beautiful, beautifully handmade, worth every penny. I mean, my shopping cart was loaded with them, and I was waiting for taxes actually, because she has several sets on there that I have finished projects that I want them to go in. And so, and I had, you'll see on one of them that I have that I wanted her buttons and stuff to go on it. So it was just like, oh my God. Anyways, I have said it 1,000 times before. You do not have to send me things. Anybody. I'm incredibly grateful. I love it all. I use what you send me, or I share it forward if it's something that I can't use. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And it is part of the reason I am doing all of these giveaways this year and all of the sharing. I have a whole bunch of shout outs for you guys this month, because it's my way of giving back and saying thank you to you for all of the kindness that you have shown me in the last year and a half, 2 years. And I hope it's fun for everybody. And yeah, so I'm going to pause here, make sure that it recorded, get my 16 starts piled up, and we'll get moved on to the next section. I'll be right back. I've been invaded. What are you doing? Can you come up here and say hello? I have work to do. You have to stay there. He's a nut. All right, I gotta get to work. Can you move? Yeah, okay. All right, let's get down to business. I think it focused for the most part on there, although it's really close, and so I'm like, that's a whole lot of me. 6 foot. Too close. All right. Let's get this done. First batch that is up, and I do say batch, there's no particular order to these. All of the details are either on my website or they are on both Facebook and Instagram. Those links are down below, or go to MousePotatoDesigns.com and that will hook you up. If you want details on it, because it's like, I could sit here and give you all the details to it, but that just would take forever. But I will look up what my fabrics and stuff are for them. Okay, so first one up, Matter and Ham by Jeanette Douglas. This one, it was a little hard for me because her chart for this is microscopic. It was the stitching itself was easy, but the chart, in my opinion, is a little hard to follow because it's so small. So I did have to print that off and try to make it a little bit bigger, and then I finally ended up having to go in and color parts of it so that I could differentiate between them. The chart itself, though, is very easy to stitch. And it was a lot of fun. I got to mix colors of DMC that I would have never even imagined to mix. And so, yeah, it was fun to play with the colors. But this is what the chart looks like, and I will put nicer photos also. And I am using all of her DMC colors for it. And this is how far I got this month. And so, yeah, but it just has some really unique DMC color mixes in it. And I'm kind of I gotta stand. Did it work? Yeah, it's gonna be dark. There is nothing I can do about that. So maybe if I don't get too close. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna worry about it because I have good photos and you can just do that. Otherwise I'll never get this done. It's January, well, almost February in Montana. It's dark. But yeah, so I got that far on this, and now that I know I've got the chart fixed so it's quicker stitching, I should make really good time on this next month. Now, the changes that I'm making to this chart are, as you can see in the picture, it is 4 rows. I'm going to move the bottom 2 rows up and make it a long chart instead. So that is my plan for changes on that. The fabric, I think I said the DMC was the floss that I'm using the call for. And then the fabric is, picture this, plus 18 count Ren. I got it at Cross Stitching Supplies. Again, the links and all of that stuff are on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, or my website. So, yeah, so I can't put it all in the description below because there's just not enough room. All right, next one, moving on. Okay, I keep all of my patterns magnetized because I move them around so they're about this far from whatever I'm stitching, so I don't have to look away very much. If I have to look too far away, then I'm constantly having to refigure out where I'm at. And so for me, I just have it in a magnet and I just move it around my fabric. But the next one that I have, and let me pull it up here on, I'm reading it right off of Instagram. So in case you guys are like, where is she getting that information? Right off of Instagram. This is the ABC houses. I don't speak French. I'm not even gonna try. So this is the ABC houses by Jardin Privé. This is what it looks like. And normally I don't like to stitch houses and I don't like to stitch alphabets, but there was something about this when I saw it posted, I had to have it. I don't know, but it is a fun stitch, and it's gonna be it was one of those, it was really hard to stop. And so I am using all of her call for colors, but I am stitching it on Witchell 20 count opalescent white. And I got that at 1, 2, 3 stitch, and it looks like this. I don't know if you can see because of the darkness, the glittery. But anyways, so I'm not really sure. Next time I'll have to try the camera in front. Oh, it doesn't like white. Whatever. Every time, you know, if I'd sit down and figure this stuff out, you wouldn't have to suffer through it. But, you know, time. But so that is what I got done on that one. And again, I'm using all of the call for colors, no changes that I've needed to. Now I have moved the colors around a little bit. I didn't fill in the windows because I wanted the sparkle of the fabric to come through. And so there's a little bit of changes there. But I will say the only thing that I didn't enjoy stitching was on this fabric. It's very scratchy. And so by the time I was done, my arm and my hand were red because every time you moved, it itched to get across that opalescent fabric, and it's scratchy. But I'm really excited about it. I don't stitch on white fabric often. In fact, I try not to because I just don't enjoy white. But the sparkle gives it something, makes it a little easier, I guess. But all right, so that was the ABC houses and by Jardin Privé. And again, information's whatever. If you have questions, just leave them down below. But I'll hook you up. But all right, next one. There's going to be a lot of Jardin Privés because she was pretty much my designer of the year by accident. I just kept buying charts and then I realized they were all by her. But the next one that I have up is, okay, I am doing the composition floral, I don't know, not French, 1, 2, and 3 as a single chart. She does offer all of the directions on how to put them together, so it's very easy to follow and that kind of stuff. But the one that I'm working on currently is this. Yeah, 2, because that's the one that starts at the top. So yeah, it threw me off a little bit too. But anyways, I am using all of the called for colors. I did have to change the border color because I wanted to bring in a gray to use as a neutral. The fabric is Fiber on the Whim, 18 count, brown sugar, and I got that at Fat Quarter Shop. And this is how much I got done this month. I'm gonna peek. Yep, okay. And that's how much I got done this month. Now, I'm gonna try to bring it really close, and that'll probably screw everything up, but If not, I'll put a picture there. But all of it is, all the flowers are done in French knots. You know, I had at least a little sunshine 2 hours before I started this. But I added a few little buds in there. See, that's the weather thing. See, the weather's gonna get nasty. Anyways, this is all French, all the flowers are French knots, and I added a couple little extra buds because I could. And so if you don't like French knots, you're gonna hate my charts this year. I'm not going to be a traditional cross stitcher on it. But so I did all the flowers in cross stitch on that so far. And I had to stop on the house because I can only take so much of stitching solid before I can't anymore. And so that's how far I got on that one. But it is, I loved the colors of it. I had to have it. It was just gorgeous. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, next one. That one was the composition floral. I'm starting with number 2, but I'm doing all 3 of them. Okay, next one is my monthly one. The only one I have that will be done, won't be done until December, is I try to every year, hold on, I got my, don't want you to see everything. I try to every year to pick a monthly one that, you know, because I like calendars and stuff like that. And so the one that I picked for this year was Jardin Privé's, I don't know what it says, but I just call it the monthly one. And that's what it looks like. And this month, of course, I got January done. Yeah. I did add French knots for the kohl and the eyes, and I added an eye to the bird, and I also added snowflakes to the background. But I am using all of her called for colors on this. I am using Color and Cotton 18 count aged paper that I got from 123 Stitch. And again, 99% of all of the specialty stitches that you will see on these charts weren't called for, so you don't have to do them. Although I recommend trying. I mean, it's fun. Let yourself go, relax. I'm telling you, your French knots are not as bad as you think they are. Okay, next one that's up. I'm trying to make this quick because there's a lot of them, and honestly, all of this information. Don't you dare fall. What? Sit. Okay, next one that's up. Dun, 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 somewhere here. Nope, nope, yep. Okay. Oh, the hair, I should put it up. Okay, the next one that is up is called Sheep Stories. I am doing 1, 2, and 3 of the 4 all as one chart. And this is what I got done. And I asked a question on Instagram and Facebook of what you thought about the sheep fleece on this, because I wasn't sure about the model color. It's my favorite color for sheep. It is Weeks Dye Works Cattail. And I love it. It is my very, very, very favorite, but I wanted to make sure it didn't make them look like they were dirty. So even though I know sheep are dirty, but you know, but this is the one that I started. And this is how far I got on it. This one was another one that was really hard to stop. It went fast. I don't know if you guys can see the sheepies and his fleece. I didn't do the bottom sheep is naked because I didn't want to do it if everybody thought that floss was like, but the vote was do it. So he will be getting some clothes soon. But this chart, these charts, fast shipping. They're very easy to follow. It was incredibly quick stitching. It was really hard to stop there. So we'll see how far I can get in February, because that one was just like, I have the times also on a lot of these. The longest I think was 6 hours, and it was not this one. But the average that it took me, I allotted 2 days per chart. And so the 6 hours was the longest, but most of them were around 3 to 4 hours to get as far as I did. All right, next one that I have up. I wasn't sure I was going to get to this one. This was actually my number 16. but I had time, so I put some stitches in it. And the next one is, oh heck, something, hold on. See, this is what I had windows all open, and then I was being smart. I shut everything. Okay, so this one is called Colors in My Garden. Looks like this. And I am stitching this, it's by Jean Privé. I am stitching this on Fiber on a Whim 18 count Silver Fox. I got it from Fat Quarter Shop. I am using all the called for colors, but I did change this the green to a darker green, so it would, the original green is kind of limey green, and I didn't think it went really well with this fabric. But this was how far I got on this one. And I am doing all French knots for not only the flowers, I did them for the bees, and I did them for the ladybug. But that border, whoo, that's a border. That's a border. Come on, talk to me. There we go. So yeah, that's how far I got on that one. And this one, once I got through the border, the rest of it went like that. But that border, that's a border. But it's beautiful. Doesn't it look like French lace or something like that? And it just pops off this. I actually was going to do it in a darker color, but the white actually looks so good on this fabric that I went with the white that was called for. Even though I'm trying to avoid white like the plague. All right, so that's the first, what do I got here? 6 that I've got so far. Let me give this a pause, get everybody put away and shift it around, and then I will be right back with all of the, well, the next pile. I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I got the next pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this one. I'm trying to go fast, you guys. I know that mine is not the most interesting all the time, so I try not to make you suffer through too much talking. I know they're always long anyways, but I appreciate you sitting through it. I just, it means a lot to me, but honestly, I don't blame you if you don't. So that's why I like Instagram and Facebook. If you have a short attention span, all of it's over there. You can fast forward or whatever. But I take no offense. I'm just grateful that you are here. Okay, next one that I'm up. This one I am stitching. It's the only 16 count that I'm stitching this year because I wanted it to match my Little Sheep Virtues. Last year I stitched Sheep in the Meadow by Country Cottage, and I stitched that because that was the call for chart to if you put them all together. But after I stitched it, I was like, I don't know if I really like it together. And I had seen this chart, Little House Needleworks, called My Sheep. And I actually like this one a little better. So I'm stitching it on the same fabric as I stitched those in case I like this one better. And then I can fully finish them all together. They'll still all be hanging together anyways, but if I want to make something together, we'll see how this one goes with it. But I am using all of the called for floss. Again, it's My Sheep by Little House Needleworks. I did change a few of the colors so they would show up better on the fabric. All of those changes are listed just about everywhere. And I will be using cattail for the fleece when I get to it. But this is how far I got this month. And this was another one that was a really, really easy stitch. It just flew by, and so it was kind of hard to stop even though there's a house. But I did French knots for the flowers, and I will be doing French knots for the sheep. And it's just I like the color tones on this one a little better than the Country Cottage one, which makes sense because of the two designers. I mean, I know they're related, but still. But so we'll see. You guys can help me pick which one you think goes with them better at the end of the year. But we'll see. I don't know how, that one I think is probably going to take me about 6 months. At the current, it may be a little less, 5 to 6 months to get done. But yeah, it's super cute. It's super wide. How many 235 cross stitch squares wide, so that's like 15 inches ish, somewhere in there, he said. Anyways, sorry, I have a warped sense of humor. That is that one. The next one that I have up, oh, y'all know I had to have it. There won't be a story this year. Can you guess what's coming? There won't be a story this year. The other one kind of called for a story. I don't know why, but maybe mid-year after I've stitched this for a while, something will come up. But I feel like this is more of a snapshot of a day, where the other one was like I don't know. I don't know. I haven't, I'll see what I can come up with. I do know I got a lot of what, but it was a silly story. So, but I thank you. Anyways, the next one that I have is Crochet a Go-Go, Fall in the City. You knew I was going to do it. I also have her winter one. I actually won that last year. That was kind of cool. I have to change the church out to something else. I think one of her cottages will fit there. But that'll be in 2024 when I stitch that one. But I also have to trade out the red on the fabric I picked because it just looks pink-ish. And so I got to find another red, and I just didn't have time when I was working on this. But this is how far I got on Fall in the City. And I am using all the called for flosses unless something just doesn't show up on this fabric very well. And like I said, the red is a really pretty color. I have that red in many other things, but it just turned fuchsia pink on this fabric, so I have to find a different red for it. I'm kind of thinking in the 30,000 range, so it's a little more orangey red, but we'll see. Because there's supposed to be berries and a big toadstool that's red. I stitched this on Picture This Plus. Oh, no, wrong. See, I'm gonna switch my window here. Come back here. All right, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Sorry about that. Okay, Fall in the City. I am stitching this on Fiber on the Whim. That's the theme because 90% of my stuff is on Fiber on the Whim. 18 count earth that I got at Fat Quarter Shop. That one, make sure I'm still running here. Rolling. Okay, then my favorite ones for the whole year. I love all of the charts that I'm stitching this year, obviously, but I have been waiting to start these charts since she brought them out. Like, it was a race to the shopping cart on Etsy to buy these, and I am just a done deal with any other ones that she comes out with that are like this. But the next two that I have are Stitches Through the Years by Lana. And I have I've got all of them, and I'm going to have more if she comes out with them because they call to my soul. You ever have a chart that does that? It just, yes. Anyways, the first one up is the Strawberry Harvest. Looks like that. And this one was really hard to stop on too. Both of them were. I wanted to just keep going and going and going and going. But again, I was trying to get a whole bunch of stuff accomplished this month, so I couldn't just keep going on my favorites. But I did get the top half border. This is exactly half of the border. So you can imagine that the rest of it will be double that. And I did get one of the strawberry stitch it and one of the blooms stitched for it, and I just, oh my god, I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop. No, I didn't do French knots on the strawberries. I could have though, because they are kind of bumpy, but I did do French knots for the seeds. But I have a question. I don't know if I can make it. If not, I'll show a photo of it. But I did 2 white ones and a black one. It calls for the white ones, but I kind of think that up close, of course you can't see that here, up close it's nicer with the darker seeds. But I'll put a picture here so you can help me choose. So what do you think? White or dark on that one? But oh, I love her charts. I love her charts. Now I will tell you that I did find that be sure you count the border, you don't not count something, because I can't remember if it was this one or the next one that they're different numbers depending on where they're located. So keep an eyeball on that. But it's very quick stitch, very quick. Once you figure out the pattern, it goes very quick. But I love hers. I've stitched several of her charts. They are a dream to follow and could not recommend them more. Just auto ship, auto ship. All right, next one of hers that I have is it's almost like this was the first one and then she came up with a great idea for a series, because this one's very, very similar to the other ones, but it's a different shape and stuff. But this one is, did I tell? I didn't even tell. I just was so excited about the strawberries, I didn't even go that far. Hold on, back it up. Okay, this fabric, sorry y'all, I'm new here. Okay, this fabric is, I have no idea. I know it's fiber on the whim. Does that count? I can't remember. All right, let's see what we got here. Fiber on the whim, 18 count affogato. I got it at Fat Quarter Shop. And yeah, so that's what that fabric is. And I am using all of, okay. I'm trying to use all of the call for colors, but we'll see. I had hoped to use the same colors that Summer in the Country was using, but it did not work once I started. It didn't work. So I am using all the call for colors, but I am changing the Ecru to 3866 and the 355, which must be a green. I don't know. Anyways, they're on there. I had to change a couple of them to make it work. But it's so fun. I just enjoyed it so much. And yeah, it was hard to stop. Okay, now we're on to the other one that it was really hard to stop. Okey-dokey. I'd say we're halfway, somewhere in there. Anyways, the next one up is Summer in the Country. This was another I had to have it. It looks like this. And this one, like I said, one of them, the borders are exactly the same. The other one is not. I think it's this one. Anyways, just count every once in a while to make sure you're still on point. But this is what this one looks like. It's so pretty. I'll tell you, it was hard to stop. Hard to stop. All right, let me pull this one up for you so I have the information, because I don't off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's milk and honey though. Milk and sugar? I don't know. Nope, milk and honey. Okay, so I am using all of the fancy floss that was called for. The fabric, and it's, hold on, let me get the lights back up. And this is not true to color either, because my ring light, you can tell, is very washed out. That's why I prefer, if you want to see photos, I can get them in a natural light that's straight up what the color is. Anyways, this is 18 count milk and honey, again by Fiber on a Whim, that I got at Fat Quarter Shop. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I will post a photo. I am doing all of the border flowers in French knots. Come on, you saw it coming by now, right? I mean, yeah. But this one, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get into, just get into the nitty gritty of those sheep. They've got little patterns in them and stuff. And yes, you can do pattern with a French knot. You just have to make sure that you're doing nice tight knots and the pattern will show up. But I'm very, very excited about that one. Those two are easily, oh gosh, they're going to be all my favorites, but I really enjoyed those. I've got one other one that I'm stitching that is like, it's pure fun. But, okay, next one up. Let me close this so I can get you the proper information. All right, what are you called? This one was gifted to me by Sandra, I believe. Yep, Sandra at Spotters17 on Instagram. I had been looking for this chart, and one day my email popped up and she had gifted it to me, which was amazing. Super, super sweet, because I saw this and I had to have it because it encompassed everything except for my books. I bet I could put a book in there. That would probably work. Is this one? Oops, there we go. And it is called Nature is My Workshop. Well, it's called something else, but that's what it translates to. And I am using all the call for colors as best that I can. I did change the brown, which was lighter for the tree. It used to be 3782, which is a light brown, to a 801, which is a dark chocolatey brown, because of the fabric that I'm using. But I'm going to try to do for call for, except for the red hair. My mom was a redhead. That's probably why I will not stitch it red. But anyways, I'm going to stitch it brown because before this happened, it used to be brown. And the cat, I'll probably be pretty close to what it is. But I'm going to have to add some books because I love to read too. I read, I have the Kindle Unlimited because I couldn't afford to keep up with my book habit. So anyways, this is how far I got this month on this one. I got a long ways because it stitched really super duper fast. And it was a lot of fun. I did post the question of whether I should do the French knots or just the regular cross stitch for the flowers. And I will put up here, what is on there? Stop. I will put up a photo so you can decide too, and you can leave it in the comment. Any of these questions, you're welcome to leave it in the comments. I haven't stitched on them yet, so you may, you know, help me decide on those kind of things. But most likely I'm going to probably do French knots for it, but you know, I had to ask. Yeah. So that is that one, and I am stitching that one on Call for Colors 18 count oatmeal. It's a Zagwerts, the Rustico. I got that at Cross Stitching Supplies online. There is one very similar at Michael's that uses hoops and threads. Something, it's coming up. That looks very similar to it. So if you wanted that thing color, I do have it sideways on there. I realized that there actually was a pattern to it, but I ain't gonna change it because it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that one's a lot of fun to stitch. I don't know where you can buy the hard copy. Probably 123 Stitch if you can find. No, I don't think so. I think the only place you can get a hard copy is Jardin Purveyn's website on that one. I could be wrong, but I got a download thanks to Sandra. So if you have to have it, go see if you can get the download for it. All right, are we still going? Yep, still going. I'm trying. Parched. I'm perched. I made it the entire month of January with no sugar. No sugar at all. That's right, no sugar. It was really difficult because my coffee used to be like a third sugar. Bad. Anyways, we haven't had sugar all month. In fact, it's been a great month. We did I'm gonna stick this in there. We did the Mary's Mini and we've lost almost 40 pounds between the three of us. Okay, mostly between Dale and I because Josh didn't have that much to lose, but young people suck. But yeah, we lost almost 40 pounds this last month together, and it was super easy. We're doing a soup month next month, and that should be a lot of fun. I have that posted all over the internet if you're interested, or you can go to MousePotatoDesigns.com and click on Living Whole Food Plant-Based, and it's there. But yeah, we're gonna have soup all the month of February because it's freaking cold, peoples. Anyways, that's my PSA. Special announcement? I don't know. Whatever. It's not a diet, so it's just a matter of we got rid of all the crap and the sugar. So, you know. Oh, this is that. Speaking of that Michael's fabric. Okay, next one up. I didn't realize how tiny this one was. And now that I know how small it is and how fun it is to stitch, I'm going to get the entire series. Yep, that's my wish list, is the entire series. So if you use one of my Amazon links or my affiliate links, you will be contributing to the delinquency of a cross-stitcher because that's what I'm going to spend it on. But it is Shepherd's Bush stitching notes Oh, it's so cute. I don't have the buttons or anything for it. I could have bought them, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put so many French knots and stuff in this that it won't need it. But I'm going to go back where the buttons were, and I'm going to put stitching in there. But this is where I am so far. And I know it is microscopic, but all of that is French knots except for the leaves. So if you don't like back stitching, well, if you don't like back stitching, you're not going to like this. The French knots are not called for, but if you're going to do back stitching, you might as well do the French knots. And so, but this is adorable. Where is my information on it? Because I got to get you hooked up here. Yeah, Stitching Notes by Shepherd's Bush. It is teeny tiny. This is 18 count loops and threads oatmeal. Again, I got this at Michael's. You can get it in their it's their standard natural color, and it is teeny tiny. That's how wide it is, and so it's only going to be about this big. And so I am doing all of them because I love them. And so yeah, Shepherd's Bush. I'm just kidding. Like no, just, I'm sorry. Not funny. No, I've got the whole thing on 1-2-3 stitch, and I just need to click buy. So, but I'm waiting for my tax return, because then I'm going to do it, because I want those, and I want the Tiny Town hands-on design. I think it is Tiny Town. I want to do a whole bunch of really long, wide ones. So I saw the Tiny Town ones, and there's a couple other ones. They are listed on my 2024 page on my MousePotatoDesigns.com website if you want to see what I'm kind of looking at. But I got to get the Shepherd's Bush Stitching Notes ones on there, and then I have to get Paula's on there. So that's still a work in progress. But I do have all of these in my cart at 1-2-3 Stitch, because I have to have them. They are the cutest little teeny tiny things ever, and I don't know. I may have to do ornaments on a tree I don't have. I may have to buy a tree just for those. Shopping. Okay, I got one more left in this batch, and then I'll have to take a break to go get the last of them. But this is my favorite. This is, well, nope, they're all my favorite. I love it. No, I love doing this one. Nope. Actually, stitching this one is not fun. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's a lot of open space, so there's a lot of dead counting till you get to a stitch spot. So that makes it a little hard, and then there's a ton of fill. but it's so cute. I had to have it. And if you haven't noticed, I'll call it business. It used to be a business when I did graphic design, but it's not a business. I just keep it. My MousePotatoDesigns, mouse. And so what I found when I was surfing Etsy, evil, was this chart, and it's by a French designer, so nope, not going to even do it. But this is what the chart looks like, and it's, well, this is what the front page looks like. There's no details on this. She had stitched it on this little bag, because it's huge. Even on 18 count, it is going to be, whew, not that one. Just this where you stitch is almost 17 inches wide, so it's big even on 18 count. But I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I don't know if I'll frame it, but I know it won't have glass if I do frame it. But this one, oh God, I'm having so much fun going off the rails on this one. But this is what I've got done so far. And I know it's really light. I have to go back and change the garland because it's done in white. And how it was originally stitched there would have been little things hanging off of it, so the white actually in person would have popped. But I'm gonna change that out and stitch it in a darker color, because thanks to Paula and her amazing gift, I don't know if it's brilliant, but I'm going to do it because I had the best time with it. I'm going to put a photo here so you can see what it looks like where they were laying, because I can't put them on here yet because they'll just slide off. They're not obviously attached. But what I did was, and again, I took some of the buttons that Paula gave me, and I I'm going to use her buttons and buttons from my stash, and I bought scissor charms. Oh my gosh, you guys, wait. Just wait. I've got these little tiny scissor charms. Oh, come on. Back up. Hello. Little tiny scissor charms, which that didn't help you back there. Anyways, little tiny scissor charms. I'll show you a picture. And I'm going to hang them off the garland, and I'm going to sprinkle them across the feet of the mice because they have little tiny spools and stuff. And then I have a little sewing machine coming and a whole bunch of stuff. So this one's going to go completely off the rails as far as cross stitching. And somebody said, you don't have any French knots in it yet. So the question was, do you think the lazy daisies on her dress, which were not called for, should be 1 strand or 2? So far, everybody's pretty much said 2 strands. So if you want, again, here's a picture. If you guys want to leave me your opinion on what you think, whether the lazy daisy should be in 1 or 2 strands, you can leave me a comment below on that. But oh my gosh, I've been having fun. I just went completely off the rails with it. And that's not the only one. This is like minor off the rails. The next one that I have to show you is really off the rails. So let me go get the last pile that I have. You're almost free of the madness, you guys. Hang with me. Are you still here? Are you still here? I'm thinking that if you make it to the end of the video, I have an idea on that. So to do with February's giveaway, because there's going to be a giveaway. Yeah, you might want to stay tuned on that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, confession time. How many people had to go take a break and get something to drink? Or was like, seriously, come on, you know you did it, because I did. Yeah. All right, it's almost over. Now we're going to get to the good stuff. Well, I have 3 more charts to share, and then I want to talk about shout outs both for here and on Instagram. It's hard to shout people out on Facebook. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. But then we'll talk about who won January's giveaway. There will be 3 instead of 2. And we'll talk about February's giveaway, and I can't wait to announce who the designer is for that, and another very sweet lady, and I'm very excited about hers too. I actually don't own one of her charts yet, but I have several in my cart that I want to get for 2024 because I have to. There's especially this one that's monochromatic. It's beautiful. But anyways, I love her. Let's get back to business because I'll just expound here in a minute. All right, next up are what I call my little ones, mostly because they're not on a big frame. Just because, I mean, I could have put them on a big frame, but I didn't. First one up is called, what is the English of this? Spring Pastures. I had never heard of tra-la-la-la, whatever. Anyways, I'd never heard of her, the brand, and I had stumbled across it on 1-2-3 and saw this, and it had sheep, and it was pretty, and now I have like 15 of hers in my chart, my cart to, wow, the drink didn't help at all, did it? In my cart to buy for 2024 because why didn't I know about her? She's amazing. But anyways, this is the chart that I got. I got it from 1-2-3 and this is a horribly printed copy because I didn't want to damage the other one, and I destroy charts when I'm stitching. But this one's called Spring Pasture by Tra-La-La. I don't know how to pronounce the designer's actual name, but all of the information is listed and you can link her up and find out more about her because her stuff is amazing. And sadly, her website, I have to figure out how to use it. She has even more on her actual website than you can get like at 1-2-3 They are adorable. If you like Jardin Privé, you're gonna like this lady. They're cute. Anyways, the most exciting thing about this, and I didn't grab it, so one moment please. So, the most exciting thing I had about doing this chart was I got to use the Tom and Lily Creations flosses, and you can find, I have their link, and I've never used her flosses. She sent me some to you know, kind of review, I guess. There wasn't really any stipulations other than I just shared my opinion on what they were, and I want to do her subscription so bad. I asked for it for my birthday. That's how bad I want is a year of that. The floss is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's all hand dyed. It's beautiful. I have not tried any of her fabric, but the floss, it's fluffy. And what I mean by that is, like, when you go to cross your stitches, there it goes. I think close enough. When you go to cross your stitches, it fills in so nice. And if you're having trouble making nice poofy French knots, it's a dream for that. And I'm in love. I want the whole series. I want to be on her subscription. That's what my goal is. And I actually have a coupon code for her. And so I don't get, it's not for, I don't get anything. I'm not even an affiliate. I don't get a referral or anything, but I do have a 10% discount code for her, and I will leave that in the link down below in the description. So you guys, if you want to order, it does work on subscriptions also. And so I will get you that. I'll put it here when I'm doing the editing. But anyways, this is what I'm doing, what I've got done so far, and my colors are not called for at all. Although she does use the same brand of flosses but I don't have any of the ones that she called for. I'm using the ones that were sent to me. They just happen to go really good. So my pinks are a little bit darker than what the chart has them, but the colors are stunning, and I have to have more, and she needs a sheep color so I can try my hand at sheep with them. But it's a beautiful chart, and I'm just enjoying it so much. And with these flosses, it makes it really nice. But there's mega, all of the flowers are French knots. All of it. That I have, this is, where's the fabric? Oh, and the colors are converted on my Facebook page and stuff. It's wherever I have it listed, I have them converted there. So you can see which colors I used compared to what. Dyeing for cross stitch is the fabric that I used in parchment. It's the same fabric I used Always Flowers on last year. And so I just used the remnant because it's not a very big chart. When it's finished stitching, it being stitched, it's only just 5 by 5-ish, and so she only does like one neutral with the parchment and the dust bunnies. Somewhere I didn't talk about, oh, the mice. The mice use Fiber on a Whim dust bunnies, because not Fiber on a Whim, Dyeing for cross stitch dust bunnies, because it's that one and this one is the only two neutrals that she really does. But if she did more neutrals, I would be on auto ship for her too, because her dyeing and her fabric, and it's delightful. But that information is with the rest of the descriptions, because you have to check out Dyeing for Cross Stitch's fabric. It's really good. I wish she would do more neutrals, because I love it. It's just really nice. And I like how she dyes it, but her fabric is really, it doesn't get all spongy. One of the things about Fiber on the Whim is it is really stretchy, which is fine for me because I have the scroll frames and I can clip it and tighten it up. But if you were stitching this on just a hoop, I think you're probably tightening a lot on it because it stretches. And if you're doing it by hand, bless your soul, because it is stretchy, but it's beautiful fabric. I have almost all the colors, so obviously I like it. All right, next one up is by the same designer that did the stitching mice, and this one is called, well, it's something in French, but I bought this one specifically because it calls for French knots. They're not, oh, you could use them if you wanted to or not. This one, you have to use French knots to chart it. the hardest part about this chart is that she just kind of indicates like where the trees go, and you have to figure out what shape you want your trees. I've never done anything like that. It was a little nerve-wracking, but this is the chart, and I will put a better picture here, but this is what the chart is. And I bought it specifically because it's tons and tons and tons and tons of French knots. So this is what it looks like, what I've got done so far. And as you can tell, it's got lots and lots and lots. But like the tree at the top, see how it's just the branches? That's all that's on the pattern too. So you have to figure out where you want your French knots to go. And yeah, I'm not very free form at all. Somebody said, yeah, you are, look at your French knots, but they still go exactly where the crosses are. So I'm not making it up. But this was purely making it up. But totally fun. Anyways, this fabric is called In the Shade of Trees. Again, I will leave all the information because I do not know how to even start to pronounce her name. I got this on Etsy. I am using the call for colors as best that I can. But I did change the fleece color to cattail, Weeks Dye Works cattail, because it's my favorite. And I need a big skein of it instead of the little ones because I have like 50 of those and I need like a big, just dye me a whole circle, a whole thing of it. It is done on Zagwert's 18 count nougat. It's also called stone gray, if that helps. It is the same fabric that I used for Crochet Go-Go's, the stitching one that I did with her mice that I used last year. This is just a remnant piece off of it that it fit on because it's very tiny. It's only 6 inches wide by 2.5 inches tall, give or take where your French knots end up. I did change the church to a barn, so that's really the only design changes that I made to it. All right, it's the last one. Are you dying? Yeah, me too. But I saved the best for last. First of all, if you win the giveaway, this is one of the charts that is available on her Etsy store. This was not gifted to me by Paula. This was actually gifted to me by Beth Leota, and she is Beth the Stitcher on Instagram. Let me pull up all of that info to make sure I get it right. Yeah, Beth the Stitcher on Instagram, and but you can buy this one in Paula's Patini's Etsy store. And if you win, you can make it one of your stitches if you wanted. Okay, so the one that I'm talking about is this one, When I Think of Stitching. And if you've stitched one of her charts, you know they are a dream. You also know that if you've seen, because I've stitched, I don't know if you can see, I have a whole bunch of them, like, let's see, that one, that one, that one, and then there's more up there that are hers because I love them. They are so fun, but they make me feel like I'm allowed to be really, really creative. And so that's why I enjoy them so much. Anyways, this is what I've got done on it so far. And I did the skeins, or everything I'm going to try to do as much as I can. What is that? I'm going to try to do them as 3D as possible, but the skeins are not cross stitch, they're 3D. Now I did do a satin stitch on the ruler, but I have some ruler twill tape coming that I'm going to rip that out and I'm going to put actual measuring tape there. And then I did a satin stitch for the linen. But when I tied it, she has a little linen tag that you cross stitch. I added a little tag to it, but I'm going to take that off because I found an even better tag when I was at Walmart. This tag is a little heart that says made with love, but it's still a little bit big for what I think needs to go there. So I found these charms at Walmart. And I think the little tiny handmade ones here will be perfect for it. The other thing is, so I'll change that. But it has like the pin cushion in the corner, I'm going to add real pins to that. All of the needles are going to be replaced with real needles. I've got an idea for the spools. I've got a couple really old spools, and I'm hoping I can come up with an idea for that. And then it's got buttons, so I'm going to replace that with real buttons. I'm telling you, off the rails. And then there's a pair of scissors there. Okay, when I ordered the scissors to go on the garland for the sewing mice, I didn't realize how big some of them were. This came in it, and I'm kind of thinking, because when I look at the scissors, they look to be about the same width across as the skeins of floss. So I'm kind of thinking that I can just attach that pair of scissors to it. Paula does hers exactly like the chat calls for. Obviously, she is the designer, so she has to do that. But I am like her alter ego, I think, when it comes to this, because I don't think I've ever done a chart of hers without just going nuts with it, because they're so fun. They just say, do things with me. And I also have her new crafting one that, you know, I don't remember what the quote is, but it's in her shop. You can't miss it. That I'm going to do in 2024 or at the end of this year if I have time. Although there's the sheep one. Oh, never enough time. And I can't wait to embellish that one too. But so that's the last one. They weren't in this order, but so those are the plans that I have for them, and I just can't. I just can't. I'm so excited with how this one's going, and I hope you enjoy what I have shared. We're going to get to the giveaways and the shout outs and all that kind of stuff, because I know I've had you here for a long, long time. Let me get this cleared off so I can dig out the shout outs and the giveaway stuff and all of that, and then I will let you guys go, because you are just... You guys are great. You guys are great, but I have plans. There's more plans. Hang on. Okay, so that was the rest of pretty much my stitching and that kind of stuff. So if that's all you were here for, which I would be shocked since the good stuff's coming up, that is done. And so what I want to do is, I kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the month and last year, that I want to give back, or the beginning of the video. But anyways, I want to give back. And the best way I can think of giving back is not only with stuff, because it's not about stuff, but I have the means and I'm able to do some things. So I want to give back that way. But I also have a large-ish following on Instagram and on YouTube. And I would like to use that platform to help others, to bring to light other people. And if nothing else, I want you guys that are smaller to know that we didn't all start out with this many followers and subscribers. We didn't all start out, you know, we didn't all start out this way. We all started out just like you did. Although my lighting today does not show it, I do have good lighting equipment if I dig it out. We all started on a little cell phone or a little webcam and just sharing what we're doing. And because of you lovely people, we have grown. And so for me, I wanted to take a moment of my time and share with you people that, I mean, I find you because you comment, and that's how I find you. And in general, that's the #1 way. Sometimes I hear you shout it out on other Flosstubes or other Instagrams, and then I'll go check you out and I'll follow you and subscribe that way. But in general, because you left me a comment, I then know about you. And when I say that you guys should leave in the comments that you have a Flosstube, you should leave in the comments that you have a Flosstube, because I really do want to share. And so what I've decided to do for the year of 2023 is each month I am going to shout out 10 YouTube channels and 10 Instagram channels, all different, and they may have, the Instagram people may have Flosstubes and the Flosstube people may have Instagrams, but I just looked on the 2 different platforms and that's where I picked. All of this information will be linked in the description of this video, so that all you have to do is click on them and you can go and check them out. But they are either people, here you should be seeing a picture now. These are my January Flosstube Shoutouts. And all of the actual clickable links to their channel are in the description of this video, so you don't have to go search them out. But you should be able to just search the name also if for some reason a link doesn't work right or whatever, or please leave me a comment if it doesn't so I can get it fixed. But Rachel Q Stitches, she's a riot. You have to check her out. The Seattle Stitcher, she does lives also, and they're really good. Once Upon a Stitch, delightful work. Alba Stitcher, oh my God, I love her accent, Scotland. Love for Stitches, beautiful work. Shane Brook Cottage, that was the newer one that I found, and really nice work. I enjoyed her videos. Forest City Stitching was a delight. Sage Butterfly Designs, she's got some wonderful things to share. E Crafted in Colorado, I just randomly picked these, and I was like, so familiar. I see her on Instagram all the time, but she does really nice work. And these are all ones that I subscribe to and I watch. So obviously they hold my 2-year-old attention span. So they're worth the watch. Not that anybody else's isn't, but these are just the ones I picked. And then Stitchy Sally, and she's a delight. I really hope you guys will check them out. I didn't want to say too much about each channel because I didn't want you to go there looking for something in particular. I'd like it to be a fresh introduction when you follow them, or when you go over and check them out. I hope you will give them a subscribe or a follow. Leave them a comment, that's even better, especially if they've got like 100, 200 comments. I understand going, whatever. But a lot of these don't, and there is nothing better than knowing somebody gives a shit about you. Even if it's just thank you for the video. I mean, it changes a person's whole day. And these videos are a crap ton of work. No joke, a lot of work. And a lot of these people have done lots of videos, and hats off to you. I barely can get one accomplished. And so please, please, if you have a moment, check them out and click that subscribe button, because there's nothing more in this community that y'all are so kind. I just want to share it with people that haven't experienced that, or maybe on a smaller level, and they need to know the full weight of our generosity. Okay, so that was the January Flosstube Shoutouts. They have wonderful videos. And then is the next one, and I hang out more on Instagram than probably anywhere when it comes to crafting. When it comes to food, my health, that kind of stuff, it's full on Facebook, but Instagram is for my journaling and my stitching. And so I decided I had to do this because you guys, oh my God, I love Instagram. It's a riot. You guys are a hoot, and I love seeing your pictures and seeing what you're doing. I love all the comments. Keep them coming, because again, this is how I find you. And these are some of the ones that I have just, either I've been enjoying them for quite a while because they've been following me for quite a while, or I just picked off the top of my list. So there's no, like, I don't have special friends or anything. I think you're all special, and I enjoy all of your videos, your photos. It's so fun, and a lot of these are stitching the same thing, and it's just fun. But here is the list. By now has been up on the screen. Male Girl 21, and again you can see her things. Georgie follows me also on Facebook, and this gives me an opportunity to say thank you so much for all of your kind comments that you're always leaving. I enjoy you so much. J.M. Clower, I'm going to screw these up because I don't know what all of the things are. I've got all of their names. Their normal names are in the post and in the descriptions down below. But you'll know anybody else like that. It's a hard time for me to remember names when I'm so used to your screen name. But one stitch at a time. Joyce King, Thunder Giggles. Come on, you have to check out somebody who has a screen name of Thunder Giggles, and her work is delightful. Denise, of course, oh, the flossy, lovely work going on over there. Shiny Stitchers and Teal Stitcher. And I hope you guys will pop over, give them a follow, and tell them, hey, I found you, and support them in the cross stitching that they are doing. I would like you to pop over and check that. I'm reading it off of what my post says that goes with this, because I really think it's important that pop over and check them out and give them a follow, a comment or a comment of support on what they are stitching up today. We all do this craft because we love it, but it's even more fun to do with a community of like-minded people. Reach out and say hello to somebody new today, and let's share this amazing community and the vast kindness it has to offer. And I believe in all my heart that you can show them the same amount of love that you have shown me, whether it's on Flosstube or Instagram or Facebook, or however you have found me, or however you choose to do that. It could be a simple like, it could be a simple follow. It doesn't matter if there's a comment included, although that's fun because I love chatting with you guys. And I hope that other people will pick this up and start sharing, not just who they're buying things from, especially if they're smaller designers, and not just, you know, that kind of stuff, but also people that just are like us, that are just stitching along, and that we all need each other. So that's okay. Soapbox. I hope you'll check them out. Yeah. So next thing that we're up, January giveaway. It was for 2 charts for the PDF charts to Putini on Etsy. I have decided to give away 3 charts, the winners, and here are the winners. Thank you so much for playing along with my giveaway. Sally at Flossie Sews and Grows, Roxanne at Bluegrass Stitcher, and Jacqueline at Cross My Stitches. These were drawn. I picked a name off of YouTube, a name off of Facebook, and a name off of Instagram. And that's basically how this happened. So these are the winners for January's giveaway. If you could do me a kind favor and pop over to Instagram and send me a private message with your full name and your email address, I will get that information sent to Paula. Oh, and pop over to her. All the information's down below on how to do this, but I need your name, your email, and a chart you picked out of her PDF singles on her Etsy store, link down below, and I will get that information sent off to her. I will get her some cash, and she will get those charts sent to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. That was so fun. I had the best time with it and reading all of the things that you guys had to say, and it was just a lot of fun. And I have another one because I'm going to do this every month, so there we go. Next one, I had so much fun doing that. I really enjoy doing the PDFs because I can do it. I don't have to say only if you're in the United States or whatever. You can be anywhere, and you get a chance at this. But February's giveaway is going to be 2 PDF charts to Jen Hicks Creates. Oh my gosh, I know. Who doesn't know Jen Hicks? And if you don't, you're about to know Jen Hicks because her stuff is delightful. She has an amazing floss tube. I enjoy watching her. I just like to listen along to her. She has a very soothing voice that is a delight, an absolute delight to listen to. She is very knowledgeable in cross stitching, especially with silks. I haven't used silks yet, so I'm gonna go to her when I try to get into silks, but I really enjoy her videos. She has a lot to share, but she has also last year started designing her own charts. And so I wanted to give away 2 PDF charts to hers. It's gonna be for 2, either of her traditional designs or her small smalls because I still have rent to pay, and some of her charts are a little on the pricey side, and if I want to do more than one, I have to like kind of narrow down the variety. Although do check them out. They're not hugely expensive. I think our most expensive one's like $24, but 2 of those is $50, and you know where I'm going. But any on the traditional designs or the smalls, you're going to get to choose from. 2 winners, 3 ways to win. Leave me a comment here on Flosstube. Leave me a comment on Instagram on the post that looks just like the image that's up, or leave me a comment on Facebook, again, on the same image. All the descriptions are going to be all over the place. If you have any comments, be sure you check Jan's Etsy, Instagram, all of that. And it cut me off right in the middle. Be sure you check out all of her stuff. It really is worth the watch. Thank you so much, Jan, for all the help on that. Last thing I have is the last way you could join to be entered to get an extra vote. Besides sharing and all of that kind of stuff, if you leave an apple in your comments, I will put your name in twice for the giveaway, and that's only for people that are on Flosstube, because you have sat here and watched through this whole entire thing. But yes, if you leave me an apple with your comment, and don't just leave me an apple, leave an apple with some kind of comment. It doesn't have to be much, just put some words with it that are nice, okay? Leave me an apple, and I will put in your name in the bag an extra time so that you have that much more chance. Yay! I hope that you guys have had a wonderful January. I can't wait for February. It's really hard when you get towards the end of the month and you have so many yummy chart stitching on, and then you have to stop because you have to do a video to place market, and but I'm ready to get going. I'm ready for you guys to check out all these new people, probably to you, and do leave people that you think I should check out, because there were several suggestions and I checked them out. I'm following and subscribing now too. Thank you so much for sharing the people that you like, because that means a lot. Also, thanks for sharing all of the designers that you guys enjoy, and I will be checking them out for future giveaways. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I had a wonderful month of stitching, a wonderful month of watching and talking and checking out all of what you guys are doing, and I can't wait to see what you do in February. Can you tell that the sunshine finally came out? Now it comes out when I'm done, right? But anyways, if you'd like to check out more about my family's health and weight loss and gardening journey, is all at Living Whole Food Plant-Based, mostly on Facebook. But again, the link is at MousePotatoDesigns to help you find it easier. We are doing soup month in February, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I have all the recipes up, so even if you're not plant-based, there's tons and tons of soups if you want to come try it out. It's also a really good way to stick your toes in the water of being plant-based. It's soup. Yeah, my husband has some goals he'd like to reach this year. I have some goals that I would like to reach this year. My son's along for the ride as normal because it's good food and he doesn't have to cook, so he's all over it. But if you'd like more information about that, lately there's been quite a few people that have been leaving comments and messages on my Facebook page for that, with their stories and how they want to get started and that kind of stuff. I do have an entire Facebook page and group that goes with this. I'm not a professional. I can only share from my point of view and what I have learned, but I will answer any questions that you have. It's not as hard as you think it is. The food is delicious. Anything from tacos, lasagna, it's all really, really good food. You won't be suffering, I promise. And you will not have, you can get rid of heart disease and diabetes, not type 1, obviously, but you can help that. I've talked to a lady today that went into remission for cancer and had no troubles with her recovery because she had switched to plant-based when she found out she had cancer, and it helped not only with the treatments, because of course it's not a miracle. We've already done a lot of damage to our bodies, especially the older we get. But that does not mean that it won't be helpful. And if you're not fighting all the other things that are wrong with you, it helps you focus on what you need to tackle. I just spoke to a woman that's been losing hundreds of pounds. Hundreds. I've lost hundreds of pounds, and she's lost quite a bit more than I have, and she's doing great. But she has struggles, and we all have struggles. It's food, but it will change how you live, how you feel about yourself. You shouldn't leave your retirement years for illness. You should leave them for relaxation. And we shouldn't be leaving all of this need and care for our kids. And we shouldn't be starting them off in a life. This is for all ages. They should not have to face all of our health challenges because we felt, well, they're kids. They deserve to be spoiled with all of this crap. No, they deserve to be healthy and happy. And the average elementary school person is at least 50 pounds overweight now. 30 to 50 pounds, and 10-year-olds are having heart disease now. If you don't think it's your children that they have time, they don't. But if you have any questions about that, let me know. Also about my journaling, I keep all my journaling. I do post photos on Instagram and Facebook about my journaling, but most of that is in my Fobonichi Journalers Facebook group if you want to see full size. I don't know what else. If you have questions or comments, leave them down below. That's what I've got going on in my life, and freezing to death because February is coming in cold. It's coming in cold. I will see you at the end of February unless I see you somewhere else online. Thank you for being here. Good luck with the giveaway. And to the winners of January, I hope you enjoy her charts as much as I do. See you in the next one. Bye.